The wreck of the £18 million North Sea ferry European Gateway.
We think of their families who have grieved and lived without their physical presence for all these years.
Life hangs by a very thin thread. 6 lives lost that night, but others found fate on their side and made it, only just. Simon Dowers from Felixstowe was one of them, 23 at the time, a merchant seaman.
I was relatively young then. The chap who jumped in with me wasn't, and I think the cold stopped his heart. Unfortunately, he was one of the casualties.
What was surprising was that this accident happened so soon after the European Gateway had left the port of Felixstowe. The people on board had probably had a bite to eat, a drink, or were just about to get their heads down. Half an hour into the journey and suddenly, mayhem.
There was a knock on the door saying, "We're sinking," and I said, "Get off, you're joking," and sort of fell out of bed because we'd started to tip over.
I was actually rescued by a pilot, the pilot boat, and he must be commended because he backed his pilot boat onto a lifeboat which we couldn't get away from the ship, and we actually jumped from the ship across the lifeboat onto the pilot boat.
Every morning when you wake up now, I've always said to myself, it's a day which I might not have had, and this has probably really brought it back to me, really has.
Well, it was an event that really did affect our town. I mean, it had an amazing impact and cast a shadow over the town for weeks and weeks and weeks because it literally laid out in the sea just there.
This memorial is high up overlooking the spot where the European Gateway came to grief. So now as people stand to take in the view, they can also take time to remember those who died and the incredible bravery of those who played a part in the rescue. Kevin Birch, BBC Look East, in Felixstowe.